Hello and welcome to the first in the series of Qigong videos. Now, the first exercise that I always teach, and that one that's very important we're going to look at, is how to deal with change. And I've named it the ball of change. Okay, so with all the Qigong exercises, we stand very naturally. And once your feet are positioned properly on the floor, then it tends to hold the whole kinetic chain in proper position. Okay, so let's look at that first. Very important, and it's something that you will check every time before you go into the exercise. So your feet very naturally just shoulder width apart. Okay, if this is my foot, say that's the big toe. Okay, so the weight should be distributed on 3 points: the heel, the little toe, and the big toe, so that they're level. Okay, your feet should not pronate in or supinate out. If they're turned out, it causes too much strain on the outside of the legs, tensor fasciae lata, gluteus medius muscles. Okay, put strain on the lateral collateral ligament of the knees as well. So nice and level. You don't want them to fall in either, putting strain on the medial collateral ligament, the adductors, and weakening the abductors in the legs, okay, causing imbalances. So in China they call this post-training. When you stand with the knees slightly bent, the feet level, just stand naturally, the way you stood as a baby when you stood for the first time on your own. This is proper posture. And the Chinese and anybody in Asia who practices Qigong or Tai Chi, they call this post-training, and they just stand. And it re-educates the body again on how it should be standing and what the muscles should be doing. Okay, so we'll stand. You would start off maybe 5 minutes a day. Next week, maybe put it up to 10 minutes. And you'll notice a new strength opening up in the body itself. Okay, so this first exercise, once you've got your feet level, head on the spine, spine over the pelvis, you're just going to lift your arms from the wrists, not from the shoulders, not from the upper trapezius. So you just imagine somebody has you by the wrists and they're just lifting your arms. Your elbows are hanging loose, pointing to the floor. Okay? You're going to imagine that you're holding a beach ball against your solar plexus. So as you lift, as I breathe in, I'm going to imagine that I'm breathing into the ball. So the ball will only inflate at the rate of my breathing. It will also only deflate at the rate of my out breath. So as I breathe in, I breathe out. In. Now, the difference between Qigong and training in the West is if you go to a fitness suite or you watch somebody performing a sport, the short bursts of breath keeps the brain waves active, and they're taking in very short spurts of oxygen. Okay, so with the Qigong, when you breathe in gently and naturally, okay, and slow. So if I breathe in, and out. So there's 10 times more oxygen coming in to feed and clean my system. And the longer that goes on, then the brain waves tend to come down into an alpha state. We will know when they are at alpha state because we will have a strong intent to stop moving the body. It will want to stop moving by itself. So after, it can be 10, 15, 20 minutes. It really depends on you, how calm you feel, how much you're enjoying it, and how much you practice. Like anything with practice, you can take yourself down into this state very quickly. So, again, breathe in and out. So what I'm doing here, I'm causing change within the body. Now if I close my eyes when I practice Qigong, my awareness comes inside and I'm very aware of where I'm holding any tension. As my posture went out of alignment. So it's very important, especially if you're practicing with a group, if your eyes is open, you tend to watch other people or maybe try and copy that individual, and you can get confused and lose your own rhythm. This is about you getting to know you, getting your own movement, your internal movement and your own rhythm. So if you want to play some music in the background, always play the same type of music with no singing in it, just the music. A nice, easy, listening, chill out tune. It doesn't matter what it is, you pick your own favourite music. I've been to classes in the past and people have played maybe some Buddhist chanting music or some classical music. Some people like it, some people it irritates them. So this is individual, and it's up to you as an individual to choose the music that is right for your practice. So, breathe in and breathe out. Always breathe in and out the nose to control the heart rate. Side on. Okay. So, what we're doing here and what you're doing with practice of the exercise is you're observing change. My body expands, it opens, I breathe in, the breath changes to the out breath, my body closes down. So I'm observing change with my own body. Our consciousness changes as we grow older. Our body changes. Our moods change on a daily basis. The weather changes. The day moves from morning to afternoon to night and then repeats that change. Everything in the universe is in a constant state of change. But yet change is one of the biggest stressors for human beings. We do not like change, especially if we have no control over it. So once you practice this exercise, when you feel yourself going down deeper in your brain waves, down to alpha, and you get the intent that you want to stand still, keep this movement inside. Keep feeling the body expanding. Keep feeling your energy expanding. Use your imagination. Imagine your body and your life force expanding and contracting around the room so that you are observing change. And then once you've observed that change, I would like you to go back into your life and relive your life of change so that you're meditating on an alpha state. You're reminding your subconscious mind, your feeling mind, of the change that you have dealt with, the change you have observed in your life, until you come to the conclusion that you are a master of change, of dealing with change. Once you've done that, you think of your future and the change that may be in your future, because there will be change there. But now you're looking and observing this change, this presupposing of the changes that will come. But there should be a calmness now. That's okay. I can deal with change. How do you know? Because I am a master of change. My whole life has been about change. I am the observer of change. So change will not suppress you. It will not stop you in your life. So this is the power of the Qigong, working with the life lessons on a beginning on a conscious level, and then eventually it seeps down into an unconscious level. The 88% mind, the driver. That's the mind that we need to convince, because too many people can't cope with change and loss in their life, and it tends to stop their life. Whereas these people are not aware that they are masters of change. We all are. So use your practice to take yourself from that beta state to alpha. Once the body stops, observe the change that's happening now. Then take your mind back and relive your life of change. Your body changes, your schools change, your education, your consciousness, your friends, your relationships. It could be your careers, dealing with loss, dealing with change in your whole life. Until you feel, not you've just analysed, you actually feel that's okay. I have just reminded myself I am a master of change. So that's exercise number 1 in the Qigong set, the ball of change. So I'll see you all in the next video, where we'll be looking at the non-grasping mind and how our mind can actually keep us stuck, keep us suppressed because of its grasping nature. So we'll see you all in video number 2.